All right, here's the second video for Indiana, back home in Indiana. You may want to take this down. I'm not sending you a chord scale sheet. I know you can write this out easily. Here's some thoughts. 71 is the 1 chord. Ionian is a great choice. Lydian is another great choice, okay? So if it's G major 7 sharp 11, G Lydian would work great. Your next chord is E7 sharp 9 sharp 5. When I see sharp 9 sharp 5, another way to understand sharp 5, of course, is flat 13. When I see that, I tend to favor the altered scale. Now you can construct the altered scale by playing the root and the guide tones, and then interjecting flat 9 sharp 11, and flat 13. That's one way to go about it. The other way to go about it is to just simply construct the scale from the bottom to the top, remembering the bottom really resembles a diminished sound, and at the top it resembles a whole tone sound. So for you, just to double check notes, this is E altered. I'm going to play it concert, but your E altered is concert D altered. Here's the root, flat 9, sharp 9, major 3rd, sharp 11, flat 13, flat 7, 1. So the beginning, again, is diminished in nature. And the upper part is whole tone in nature. Okay, more with the chord scales. Bar 73 is A13 sharp 11. Again, I would omit the E minor 7. I wouldn't worry about it. It's a passing 2. It's really 2 bars of the 5 of 5 chord. This is a non-diatonic dominant chord. Survey says Lydian dominant. Lydian dominant, okay? And it's emphatic in the chord symbol as well, Matt, because it's a dominant chord, A13, but it specifies sharp 11. So you're looking for that amalgam of Mixolydian and Lydian at the same time. So you're playing A Lydian dominant. It's an A major scale with a D sharp and a G natural. Bar 75 and 76 is a 2-5. Now, if you want to keep it inside, you could play Dorian Mixo. Essentially, it's the G major scale, right, over those. If you want to take it outside a little bit when you get on bar 76, this is D13 flat 9. Interesting, when I see flat 9 but natural 13, I don't use the altered scale. I use symmetrical diminished. That affords me flat 9 and sharp 9, so you have that sort of tension at the beginning. But as you get to the top of the scale, it actually uses natural 13 and natural 5. So it's kind of a hybrid of an inside sound and an outside sound. So bar 76, again, Mixo is a choice. It's totally fine. And that may also allow you to string together bars 75, 76, and 77, all in the G major scale. Especially at faster tempos, that can be a wonderful thing. If you want to venture outside of that, I recommend symmetrical diminished for bar 76. Remember, start with the root, but go up a half step. So it's the root and then flat 9. Let's double check those notes. For you, this is D, symmetrical diminished. So for me, I'm going to play C symmetrical diminished. Half whole, half whole, half whole, half whole. Let's see. Bar 78, same thing as I said earlier. I mean, you can keep it inside. You could string together bar 78 and 79. You might want to mark that. That's a typical 2-5-1 in the key of C, your key of C. So for those 2 bars, you could stay right in C major and it would sound fantastic. If you want to take it outside for that very brief moment of the dominant chord in bar 78, Again, sharp 5, sharp 9, I use altered scale. Root, flat 9, sharp 9, natural 3, sharp 11, flat 13, flat 7, and 1. Starts like a diminished scale, ends like a whole tone scale. Bar 79. So Ionian is fine, or Lydian if you want to take it there, it's totally fine. It depends how you approach things. Again, I want to reiterate, if you string together 75, 76, and 77, that might be a great way to survive those 3 bars together and make them sound cohesive if you use the G major scale. 78 and 79 can sound cohesive if you use the C major scale. So in that case, bar 79 would certainly be an Ionian sound. Bar 80, you get to another non-diatonic dominant chord. It's just like bar 73 and 74. I recommend Lydian dominant. And again, the chord symbol is very emphatic there. It's Mixolydian, but they're specifying sharp 11, so it's Mixolydian plus a sharp 4. 81 is back to the ranch. It's the 1 chord, Ionian, Lydian if you want to take it out a little bit. 82, same thing, another dominant chord with a sharp 9, sharp 5. That's an altered sound. Bar 83, Lydian dominant. It's the same chord as bars 73 and 74. So 83 and 84 are the same. And then 85 and 86 is a typical 2-5. So G major scale. So analyze those things. There's not that many different scales. Analyze those things, practice them separately, and really get to know those scales, and then apply them. Lastly, in this scalar exercise, another thing that I do is something called the continuous scale approach. You've probably heard me mention this before. But if I am in bar 71 and I'm playing, I'm going to speak in your terms, the G major scale, and then I'm going to go to E altered, and then I'm going to go to A Lydian dominant. Bar 75, Dorian. 76, Mixo. Ionian, 77. 2-5 in the key of C for you. Lydian dominant. Ionian. Altered. Lydian dominant. Dorian. Mixolydian. Wow, that never happens. It landed right on the root. But continuous scale approach is fantastic because you're not always relating it to the tonic of that particular key. You're creating a line that cuts through those chord changes, and it really sounds great in 8th notes. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Ionian, 2-5 is C. It promotes fluency in the scales and your ability to shift scales regardless of where you are. You don't always have to start on the tonic. So I recommend that doing that exercise using quarter notes only to begin, then 8th notes, then triplets, then 16ths. And believe it or not, for me, the faster it goes, the easier it is. I find it the easier it is. Hopefully that was helpful. I have a 3rd video for you with guide tones.